is the result of a process. First step in any design protocol and any design process. I help the people in the project defining the vision. This vision is to show more minors and catalysts in the actual process. It's a great step to do when you decide that you want to stop making code and start making something useful. And part of it is defining who this is for. And with that, we read the first point that I actually want to make. You really want to make clear when you do a project, whether this is going to be for professionals or not. Okay, so the Metapolator, I've highlighted that, yeah, profile designers are there, and also just the word typographers by itself, full set of a baggage of proficiency in working with fonts. Nobody's fitting there when using font. So undoubtedly, Metapolator is for creative purpose, but what is actually professional and why is it here to quotes? Professional, most bare definition is you do it for making money, but that's not really sufficient for us. The many professionals who use programs to destroy others and use bad hacks in order to find to a professional standard. So I much prefer that we talk about people who mastered a creative craft. These crafts include along with this drawing, painting, for filming, writing, and animating, including editing the last four, sewing, the list goes on. Making things for pros means making for these people who've mastered that and putting their literal 10,000 hours to actually get it there. And tagged onto that is people who are on their way of getting there. Part of that is learning the tools, learning the material to work with. But it's not something that you really have to go and adapt the tools for. The tools are made for masters. So you need to keep in mind that making tools for professionals has a price. First of all, it's very demanding. See my next points about that, but it also puts a limit. It puts a limit for who else you can actually make these tools. If you make it only for pros, then that's perfectly focused and you tune everything in that direction. Problem with pros and enthusiasts, pro tuners sometimes, is compromises the pro part. You have to stretch your resources and also stretch the effective needs that you have in your interaction for them. So, since the part for pros is very demanding, it's better to keep the enthusiast part in check and not just become the main part. This combination you can completely forget about. The simply opposite needs for professionals and casual use. There's no room for that if you are talk about screen real estate, but also communication. It's just a mutual exclusive. And for the same reason, this will be worthwhile. So you might think, okay, that was easy, that speaks for itself, but in 22 years of doing this, I've really only seen that a real reluctance to actually find this. Are we really making this for professionals and the information that I asked for? When is it actually decided and written down and agreed to later that people start working out of it? I can only say that having clear goals really can upset people because it's useful arguments to say no to human and nice ideas. It's working. So, my third point is that you want to define who are you making for, professionals or not, and then form coherent user groups. In Metapolator's case, you have 45% developers, those fit together as a continuum, and then you want to, when you've decided on that as a team, you want to stick with it. Second point I want to make is a tale of two cars. It's an image I had in my head, just that for many years I've used this in my design practice. The first image is that of a family car. It stands for general software. This is comfortable, it's safe, it's general purpose, and all you need to use it is a minimum of skills, familiarity, practice, and you're allowed, you will be successful in operating this. Example of that is web browser. Web browser can help from casual use to enthusiasts. It's certainly not a pro application. Very good. When I think of creative pro interfaces, I've for years always had this kind of image in mind. It's still a car, but it's quite different. It's really defined by performance, and we can learn some things from that. So the first thing is that professionals work fast, they work without doubt. It's a telltale sign of mastery that is the speed of execution of what they do. I have this in mind all the time. When you think about processes, when you think about tools for professionals, it is really a reminder of bam, 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 steps that are working to do things. It's really just about 2 things per second. I've seen it in the experience. Second thing is direct controls. Professionals know the material, the medium that they work with. The Metapolator means you know phones, you know everything of it, you know everything. You know how the result comes out when the phones are actually used. So yes, in software tools, things are technology assisted, what we do, but they try to stay out of the way. The last factor, the third factor, is it's a competitive world. This also is the case for free software. And it's not just about the creatives have their business side, have to deal with when they use the software, but it can also be a completely no-money situation where it is about who can perform and deliver in a really fun project. The tools are in competition with each other, and only the most competitive tool make the masses that use really competitive in the field. So we got the picture and use the conflict. Rules for family cars may be really a bad idea to actually apply to the rally car. But maybe is the rally car really competitive? Maybe illegal for family cars, actually. So translated to our side, the thinking that the law, the guide, the use reports of security for developers and members of UI, it's only partly authoritative when you talk about professional software. I can say with 97% security that following it to the letter for a pro application will make it less competitive. Rally cars have special parts. They're made by hand, made out of expensive materials or deluxe materials like aluminum, titanium, carbon, etc. And they do that not for fun, but because nothing on the shelf really is sufficient. It's fit for purpose. Same is for pro software, like custom widgets. It's a force of nature that once you work seriously with pro software, you end up there. And it's all done in the name of performance for fun. So you might think now, well, okay, that's the rules that I don't exactly have to follow, and make my custom parts because it's the law of nature anyway, so and just do what I like. And, so no, it's really tough because you still have to do the right thing. And in case you find yourself right at this moment now, sort of lost my guidance, it's time to reach out to final designer. This person will help us in the project. I've got a couple of examples to show from the Metapolator project. This performance factor. Big handles, bigger things are faster to grab. Then I take them out of the way so we can see maybe of the project. We brainstorm this thing that sticks to variation below, so they are out. This is a custom slider set. This is expandable. It's 9 more fonts if you want to. This one has an illegal bottom line reverse action. This is because it implements the mix all stats of 100% of the given fonts. Like I said, slightly illegal, but it's invested in the LGM. It actually helps to get it faster. There's special coupling between sliders to reinforce the rules. This is also an interpolation control, and it's 3-dimensional with 8 fonts. The blue arrow you see there is a whole family of fonts. You can manipulate it as a whole, and you can also individual instances move them around. And this should provide the power. Then complex selections are there. This is across 3 different fonts, 3 different lists, selecting different font points inside the on the spine lists. You manipulate it together. This would definitely go to consumer grade application. So the second point, I want you to keep the grade happy. Take one thing away from this one. It's the card. If you make a pro application, you will consumer grade. Third point is about equal opportunities. Let's make something a square. For masters, professionals, there's 2 ways to do it. The first one is you start somewhere and chipping away until it's right. So this one go, and one more, last one, and right, done. That was quick and it is perfect. This is what's called free working. Free working. I also imagine it as you always do my squeeze it until it's right. It's always hands-on. It's still fast and furious. There's no confidence, no feeling when doing this masters. The second way, if you want to get plenty of firms, then you measure, and what you have down there is what's called a GIMP. It's a precise setup of where you actually do. And jigs are everywhere in the software. And you get ones in the same place. This is what's called measured working, analytical approach. You plan ahead, you do it precisely. Material. It's not stuff I made on myself. It's very cool to have. It's reissued, so really recommend it, and it goes deep into some better. And once I got this part, you can see it better everywhere. So in all operations that the application can do as well, free and in a measured way. Now, what's interesting or difficult about this is that the only thing that's predictable about how this is going to be used is that it's sort of a 50-50 mix with no patterns. So even the same person doing the same task will either way based on things like context, how heavy the task is, mood, stress, tiredness, and we'll guesstimate the way it's great success and get there fast. Let's have other examples. This is measured central, type of output panel. You can really worry with operators on parameters that you add to it by this power. Most of the canvas stuff is free by definition. Hands-on twisting things. A huge factor in the Metapolator is the evaluation of time. And for me, it's constantly got this feeling of free work. You know when it's right, when it looks right. If these guys again, you see blue markers, those are different main instances with these sliders. The blue markers give a feeling of the spread that they have over the parameters. It's a free component. These are the numbers, they're all editable. That's working, that can be used to work pipeline and just punch it. the point. All of it, and literally every operation that changes the result in an application should be free version offered in both points in the project. Last point. It's not a coincidence that the shopping on 1991 family car and also in 1991 wedding car, because in our world there are creative professional applications we largely stuck there actually, and it's my observation that there's an abundance of opportunities to do things better. Just start scratching the surface of product level, workflow level, interaction level. Everything starts from for instance, with solutions for Metapolator, we tested the gorilla of photo editing, and some users showed me how they work today. So I really saw things like it was switching between windows, the flow was set up, and then another program where we start designing context, and you see this difference between outline and like a letter, switching them all the time with text values. So, paraphrase the way that it's always been when you look at shoes smells funny. So, the reason for that is that people spend a lot of time with users that developers get on the inside of that world, and once inside, they get very protective. Everything stays the same. Be competitive, you have to step out of this. Things need to innovate, the product will workflow interaction. This goes all in jobs, incremental change. Examples for Metapolator. Big rupture at the product level is working on glyphs one by one on the font. It's the whole point of getting it out. And solve these problems, or working with these problems on the solve. So designing points is taken much further inside this specimen, you edit all the things. The glyph collection, the management of the glyphs has been made also just another specimen, but you can also just edit right there at the moment with some management instead. So, and the last thing I will skip for. So, just going to ask anybody curious about what Metapolator is through that in the season next? Good. Be here tomorrow at the same time slot for the one of and Dave Crossland directions show you something. And this is really the last sentence that I want to say. So in closing, I really want to encourage you that to be good, do not ask about the past and guide you while making applications. But ask yourself what you can do to guide yourself into the 21st century. And
so Parfum says he's gone to his neighbour's house, so he could probably do it now. Milan, yeah. Yeah. He's not on this one. He's in the same setup.
Questions?
So we asked about those balls and sticks that point out in the They say that they are simply connected to the skeleton of the actual letter, so to the spline, and they are the points of the actual spline. They are really those sticks connected with the handles to move these things around, but not in a way that it would place it on the actual thing that we want to do. That's why it's a small solution software. So we decided to make it one bigger than the way it itself, so we move them out with the rigid sticks. We actually connect to the actual points and spread them out in sort of a circle or clockwise way around the actual thing itself.
So it's basically like a one-to-one thing for points that are on the line.
Yes, it's exactly from 4 points off the line that can move around and also select it. And everything goes half a second faster for every time. So that's the point.
I wonder if there's something like metaparameters where you could look at families of parameters across, say, 2 different styles of font and say, here's how you turn a sans into a serif font by manipulating these things across the font. Are you doing anything like that?
Well, the answer is yes and no. Yes, you can do that, but the caveat is you do know how, like I said, you do know how things work and how you should do that. You would do, if you want to get serifs off, you basically move them around a bit and make them just fall into the stroke itself. But there's no such thing anymore about that, like a cookie cutter serif set where with enough parameters to every serif work. We've been through that in the last year. You can do something like that. Twist a couple of nodes and not say that every serif knows all the time. At the end, there's sort of an ambiguity. All the things that are stuck on it at the end.
Your argument that if you're designing a program for pros, you're not designing for casual enthusiasm users, but how does that relate to new users who could be pros if well what is your strategy for them making your software?
So that's a very valid question. Like I said, I wouldn't say that when you make programs for professionals, you start really compromising for people who are learning the program. But there's one thing you can do. I mean, in general, we're certainly learning those 10,000 hours of getting to mastering the whole field. The software is maybe a quarter. The rest is really knowledge and practice. It's a big learning curve, and learning curves can be like a giant wall and then go up, or you can make it as gradual as possible. So what I've dealt with in the past is that, well, for sure, there's a couple of things you know to get into the program. There's no such thing as people pick up the program and are successful in it. So we need one web page about how to get started. From there on, there's one rule you can follow, is still that simple things remain simple. It grows out from there. Sometimes you just have to know a couple of basic concepts before you even get started. Else you're putting all your energy and your budget for what you have on the screen for how you communicate into helping those first time users by saying, and now we go to there. You research the whole thing, like a very hand-holding thing to drag through. This can all not happen. This will be free and open and parallel and powerful combinations to actually make it a professional application. That's stuff that you can never use. All you do is make it less of a company.